if you want to become a billion-dollar company, it starts with the founder, right? And the vision and the boldness of that vision and
100%.
the bravery. Any other characteristic that you're looking for in a founder or like to see when you guys invest?
Depends on stage, of course. I would say at the early stage, I fully agree with you. I mean, it's 100% about the people. It's all about people. Difference between, I would say, good venture and not so good venture quite often is back on the people's quality. The ability to, again, the reason why they are doing what they are doing. And again, these people are driven by a sense and necessity of change and disruption, not by, I just want to make some money or I just want to, cash out as soon as I can.
Make $1 billion company, yeah.
It's all about they want to stay with the company for, something I've learned. Whenever they pitch the company, they never talk about an exit. Okay. They always talk about, how do I go public? What this company will look like in 20 years from today.
When do these conversations start? I'm assuming not at seed and Series A stages, or is it already there? Like,
I would say depends, really depends. But these people, they tend to have more a mission,
what
they want to achieve with business. They rely on building up then a strong board that could support them in taking that decision. And I think if you, as a founder, put together a strong board that will support you in taking this kind of decision when the right time will come, that's what probably they worry about. But all in all, they very, very focus on, really change and disrupt the industry they operate. So people is super important. They are team leaders because they understand that without the team, without other co-founders or the proper C-level, they tend to struggle. And they very good in aligning something we discussed yesterday. As a CEO, as a founder, the hardest job is to align all the stakeholders you have in the company.
I agree. Sometimes it takes a lot of convincing and repetition. But we've talked about founders. I think a lot of people know that I don't think a lot of people who are really gonna found a startup, they really already know this. Hopefully not that easy, and they have a vision that I guess nobody else has. But what about the initial team in the company? Let's say you raise a seed or Series A round. How important is the rest of the team? You've mentioned the board. I couldn't agree more. If you have a board that basically you're conflicted with, you have to convince, and everything isn't on your side, or you need a lot of interaction to get the ball moving, that's bad. But what about the early hires? Mm-hmm. Is it also important for them to be kind of involved in the company and in order to build that business and everything else?
They critical. They're super important. I would say let's start. Maybe the basis of building up a great team starts from having a strong founding team. Too often, I see, companies that they start with a set of founders, and along the way that changes, or they come to us say, "Look, we are 4 founders, but only 2 of us are active. One will be willing to become a founder and active if we raise capital." That doesn't work. I think the foundation of a founding team is super important. So you must have...
Everybody has to be all in or nothing.
Absolutely. And have to share the same vision, and they must be complementary to each other. So this is another important thing. One man, one band, doesn't really work in ventures. I know you describe him like him, but it's complicated to me. And then this founding team could work together and is able to, share the mission, the vision to the first key hirings, particularly is super important. I saw that companies, they succeed quite often. They tend to have key position at C-level, from the very, very early days on.
Oh, really?
People. Then, of course, what might end up as you scale, those people, they are not suited for the job anymore. You might change role. But again, the cultural element, the knowledge they get, it's super important. So they become very critical, in particular, whenever you scale from 10 to 30 people, 30 to 100 people. you can do so if you have a strong layer of foundation of.
Is it necessary that the early employees also have to have that $1 billion mindset as well, or is it okay if they're like not as bold as maybe the founding team?
I think it's fine. I think it's like the goal doesn't have to be I want to reach the evaluation.
Yeah.
Even more, maybe the founders could have that. Think about that every night before he goes to sleep or she goes to sleep. But it's important that people understand what's the mission again. So they need to be more obsessed about product. And if the product doesn't work, how can I fix it? Whenever is valuation, it becomes a bit optics sometimes. And I don't think it's
I agree.
because then, as I said, it's
good for PR, basically.
It's good for PR, and the reality is that there are a lot of up and downs.
Yeah.
And if people only focus about valuation as a last step, it would be difficult for them to navigate the downs. Very, very difficult. But if they focus on, again, what's the solution? To me, and again, venture capital could be defined as, again, investing in big solution to big problem of our society. If we do believe that technology has a positive impact on our society. And again, any people with that title, with that, of course, responsibility, should more focus on how can I unlock value rather than valuation or,
of course,
my stock option going the money. Of course, those are very important things. But again, it's the CEO and founder that needs to align all the people on that.